جامعة حلب، كلية الشريعة، السنة الأولى، كتاب اللغة الإنكليزية، الجزء الأول، الوحدة5، تقدمت مبادرة الضوء بصوت سهير عمار. يغطي هذا التسجيل من الصفحة رقم 89 إلى الصفحة رقم 97. الوحدة5 بعنوان Speaking of Gender. صفحة 90. تمرين Preparing to read. Background. Write A. Agree or D. Disagree next to each statement. When you are finished, compare your answers with classmates. الجملة الأولى. Boys and girls are treated differently even before they are born. جملة رقم 2. From birth, a child knows how to behave as a male or female. جملة رقم 3. In my culture, it's better to be a boy. جملة رقم 4. In my culture, it's better to be a girl. جملة رقم 5. Boys and girls like different games. جملة رقم 6. Men and women have different ways of speaking. جملة رقم 7. Men's friendships with other men are different from women's friendships with other women. نهاية التمرين. تمرين صفحة 91. Vocabulary for comprehension. Look at the three choices below each sentence. Cross out the one that is not a synonym of the underlined word in the sentences. جملة رقم 1. Even though Sarah is only 6 years old, she is already so feminine. Her dress and her hair are soft and pretty. She is so polite, carefully saying please and thank you at just the right time. الجواب الصحيح C. Proud. جملة رقم 2. In North American culture, most people think a cowboy is very masculine. He has male characteristics such as strength and courage. الجواب A. Soft. جملة رقم 3. For most people, their gender is an important part of who they are or how they act. It's an important part of their identity. الجواب الصحيح B. Wealth. جملة رقم 4. Language reflects the culture of the people that speak it. You can't understand a people's language if you don't understand their culture. الجواب C. Confuses. جملة رقم 5. The children competed in a contest. They wanted to see who could jump rope the most times in a row and not miss. الجواب الصحيح C. Tried to help each other. جملة رقم 6. When a boy is playing with a ball and will not give it to his sister, she might say, you are not playing fairly. Play fair, it's my turn. الجواب الصحيح A. With tricks. جملة رقم 7. Parents influence the way their children think and act. Children learn a lot from them. الجواب الصحيح B. Ignore. جملة رقم 8. American culture emphasizes success for men and beauty for women. الجواب الصحيح A. Gives frequently. جملة رقم 9. Many people think that a man gains status by marrying a beautiful woman, and a woman gains status by marrying a successful man. الجواب الصحيح A. Trouble in society. جملة رقم 10. People sometimes like to gossip about other people. الجواب الصحيح C. Talk about movies. جملة رقم 11. In some cultures, having many children proves a man is masculine. الجواب الصحيح رقم B. Shows frequently. نهاية التمرين. نص صفحة 93 بعنوان Different ways of talking. A few hours after Joy Fisher's birth, her parents took pictures of her. Joy's mother put a pink headband around Joy's head so that everyone who saw the pictures would know that the new baby was a girl. Even before she was born, Joy's parents knew that she was going to be female. When Joy's mother was 6 months pregnant, she got a sonogram or a picture of the baby. When the doctor said, "I'm sure you have a little lady in there," Joy's parents told all their relatives and friends that their baby was a girl. Gifts soon arrived, including pink dresses and dolls. Joy's parents decorated her room in pink and white. A few years later, Joy's brother Tommy was born. His room was painted blue, and he received books and a football as gifts. Joy enjoyed helping her mother take care of the new baby. She also enjoyed playing with other girls at school. Now, Tommy has also entered school, where he plays with other boys. The games Joy and Tommy play are quite different. Joy loves jumping rope with her two best friends. Tommy likes to play ball with a large group of boys. Sometimes when they play a game, he is the captain. He enjoys telling the other boys what to do. Joy, on the other hand, doesn't like it when new girls join her friends and try to change the way they jump rope. She thinks that some of these girls are too pussy. Both Joy and Tommy are growing up in the culture of the United States. They are learning what it means to be a girl and a boy in this culture. Their sex at birth, female and male, is now becoming a gender, a way of thinking, speaking, and acting that is considered feminine or masculine. Each culture has its own way of defining gender, and very early in life, gender becomes a basic part of person's identity. According to Deborah Tannen, a professor at Georgetown University, gender differences are even reflected in the ways that men and women use language. Tanin and others who study communication believe that these differences begin early in life. For example, in the United States and Canada, boys and girls usually play in same-sex groups. Boys might play in large groups, in which every boy knows his place. Some are leaders, others are followers. Boys compete with one another for leadership. Many boys like to get attention by posting or talking about how well they can do things. The games that they play often have complicated rules, and each boy tries hard to win. Girls, in contrast, usually play in smaller groups. Sometimes they play with only one or two best friends. Most girls want other girls to like them, and this is more important to them than winning. Girls might be interested in playing fairly and taking turns. For example, when girls jump rope together, two girls hold the rope while others jump. Then the rope holders take their turn jumping. Tanin has found that these differences are reflected in the ways that children use language while they play. Boys often use commands when they talk to each other. For instance, when Tommy is captain, he might say, "You go first, don't wait for me." As the leader of the other boys, he tells them exactly what to do. But when Joy wants to influence her friends, she uses different forms of language. Instead of using commands, she will say, "Let's try this way. Let's do this." This is how she tries to direct the other girls without sounding bossy. By using the form let's, she also emphasizes the fact that the girls all belong to the same group. As Joy and Tommy grow up, they will continue to speak differently. In junior high school, Joy's status will depend on her circle of friends. If her friends are popular, then Joy may enjoy high status at school. For this reason, Joy and many other girls are interested in gossip. If Joy has some information to share about a popular girl at school, this proves that she has a friendship with this girl. In this way, Joy can use gossip to gain more stature in her school. Tommy, on the other hand, may be less interested in gossip. His stature doesn't depend on how his friends are at school. Tommy gains stature through his own ability to play sports well or earn high grades. Later in life, Joy may continue to be interested in talking about other people and their lives. Tommy will be less interested in personal talk and more concerned with discussions of sports and news. These give him a chance to gain stature by showing others his knowledge. Different ways of speaking are part of gender. As adults, men and women sometimes face difficulties in their communication with each other. Studies of communication show that if a woman tells her husband about a problem, she will expect him to listen and offer sympathy. She may be annoyed when he simply tells her how to solve the problem. Similarly, a husband may be annoyed when his wife wants to stop and ask a stranger for directions to a park or a restaurant. Unlike his wife, he would rather use a map and find his way by himself. Language is also part of the different ways that men and women think about friendship. Most North American men believe that friendship means doing things together, such as camping or playing tennis. Talking is not an important part of a friendship for most of them. American women, on the other hand, usually identify their best friend as someone with whom they talk frequently. Tanin believes that for women, talking with friends and agreeing with them is very important. Tanin has found that women, in contrast to men, often use tag questions. For example, a woman might say, "This is a great restaurant, isn't it?" By adding a tag question to her speech, "isn't it?" she is giving other people a chance to agree with her. Likewise, many women use more polite forms. "Can you close the door?" "Could you help me?" "Would you come here?" Men, however, often speak more directly, giving direct comments. "Close the door," "Help me," "Come here." These differences seem to be part of growing up in the culture of the United States and following its rules for gender. If men and women can understand that, many of their differences are cultural, not personal, they may be able to improve their relationships. They may begin to understand that because of gender differences in language, there is more than one way to communicate. نهاية النص. صفحة 95. Reading for main ideas. تمرين صح وخطأ. Write T true or F false for each statement according to the reading. Rewrite the false statements to make them true. جملة رقم 1. A child's sex at birth determines how the child will think, act, and speak later in life. الجواب F. False. والتصحيح Gender determines how the child will think, act, and speak later in life. جملة رقم 2. People learn masculine and feminine behavior. الجواب F. False. People don't learn masculine and feminine behavior. جملة رقم 3. Men and women learn to use language differently. جواب T. True. جملة رقم 4. Gender differences can be seen in the ways that children use language when they fight. الجواب T true. جملة رقم 5. Differences in communication between males and females are the same in all cultures. جواب F false. والتصحيح differences in communication between males and females are different in all cultures. جملة رقم 6. Girls gain status by showing their knowledge about sports and news. الجواب F false. والتصحيح boys gain status by showing their knowledge about sports and news. جملة رقم 7. Girls get much of their identity from being part of a group. الجواب T true. جملة رقم 8. Men usually talk more about other people than women do. الجواب F false. والتصحيح women usually talk more about other people than men do. نهاية التمرين. تمرين رقم 2 صفحة 95. Reading for details. السؤال عبارة عن اختيار من متعدد. Circle the best answer for each question. Write the number of the paragraph where you found the answer. سؤال رقم 1. In what kind of a group does Tommy like to play? والجواب B. جملة رقم 2. How did Joy's mother first show that Joy was a girl? والجواب A. جملة رقم 3. What does Tommy like about being captain? والجواب B. He likes telling other boys what to do. جملة رقم 4. How do boys get attention? والجواب B. They talk about their abilities. جملة رقم 5. Who do girls usually play with? والجواب A. They play with small groups of girls. جملة رقم 6. What is one reason why girls are interested in gossip? والجواب C. Gossip can bring them status. جملة رقم 7. Why might a woman get angry with her husband? والجواب C. She feels that he doesn't care. الجملة الأخيرة رقم 8. How do American men show friendship? والجواب C. They show friendship by doing things together. نهاية التمرين. تمرين صفحة 96. Reading to the reading. Look at reading 1 to help you answer the questions below. Circle your answer and write the number of the paragraph where you found the information. Then discuss your answer. More than one answer may be possible for some questions. السؤال أيضا عبارة عن اختيار من متعدد. السؤال رقم 1. When do gender differences between boys and girls begin? والجواب B. At birth. جملة رقم 2. Why were different colors used in the children's room? والجواب رقم C. As a reflection of gender. جملة رقم 3. What might Tommy do if he played with Joy and her friends? والجواب A. Argue with them. جملة رقم 4. Compared to Tommy's friendships, Joy's friendships are probably والجواب C. Less competitive. جملة رقم 5. Gender refers to behavior that is considered masculine or feminine according to والجواب B. Members of culture. جملة رقم 6. Which of the following is emphasized in girls' speech? والجواب B. Playing fairly. جملة رقم 7. What do some men want to prove by discussing sports? والجواب A. They are knowledgeable. جملة رقم 8 والأخيرة. What do the differences in male and female language show? والجواب C. Humans can be divided into two genders. نهاية التمرين.